Hello and welcome to another video on the Grimwood Watchboard channel, and today I have another fine selection of watches from my collection here in front of us, ranging from this Heimdallr Bronze Mass 62 Homage here, which I like again from the last video. I absolutely love bronze watches. My Tudor Franklin watch there, made out of good old stainless. If you want something a bit more rugged, what about a G-Shock in a nice resin case, or even titanium such as this Zelos Swordfish 42mm, which I absolutely adore and is the only titanium watch in my collection until now. Yes, I have got myself another titanium watch, in this case the Heimdallr Sea Ghost, and do you know what? It is a very good watch, so without further ado, let's crack open the box and see what it looks like. Yes, I know I've gone and got another Heimdallr, but in all honesty, I am becoming more and more of a fan of Heimdallr. They make good quality watches at a decent price point, and I have a few in my collection, and I'm starting to favour these over Seiko at the moment just because of the price difference. Seiko try to put on watches I don't think are worth it. But anyhow, titanium is a material that I wasn't really a fan of until I got my Zelos, and you know what? It won me over. But if you try and get your hands on a titanium Zelos, they do come a bit higher of a price point than this one. This watch here at this moment in time is $229, which, to be honest, for a titanium watch is, in my mind, a steal. And one that actually looks like an Omega, which this is obviously copying off the Seamaster, which it's a watch that I really want, the Seamaster. It's one I did say I would get over the Tudors, but I went for the Tudors instead just because they were a bit less common in the workplace, and I prefer having an understated watch than a watch everybody looks at and goes, oh, I know that. But anyway, I digress. But this one is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, first thing I'm going to say is the strap is not the original strap. The original strap's actually this one here, and don't get me wrong, it is a good strap, but I'll go into why I've actually replaced it with this lovely kind of cream striped blue and black webbed one, which, to be honest, very soft. I'll go into the supplier of that in a second, but just look at this. It's an absolutely phenomenal watch. So before I go really in depth with this, let's cover a few of the specifications. So let's jump straight in. We've got a case diameter of 42mm, we've got a thickness of 13.5mm, a lug-to-lug of 49.5mm, and a lug width of 20mm. In the back of this we've got an NH35 movement, which you all know I absolutely love. Seiko derived, great workhorse, cheap to replace. On the top we have this lovely bit of top hat sapphire crystal with blue AR, looks absolutely phenomenal. Case, bezel, case back, basically the construction of this watch is fully titanium, which means this weighs in on this strap and also the original at 60 grams, and at the size in this watch is at, that is quite light. We also have 200 meters of water resistance. We have a little kind of helium escape valve, just like the Omega Seamaster at the top here, with a nice little red kind of ring around it to say it's open. Screw down crown at the 3 o'clock, and we also have a screw down case back, and we also have a 6 o'clock date window down there. So with all the specifications out the way, let's have a closer look. Moving up to the bezel, and we've got the lovely faux patina colour here as well. It matches spot on with the dial and the hands. The only thing about the bezel insert that kind of is a bit of a niggle for me is the lume pip at 12 o'clock is actually just bright white. It's also in a different coloured lume to the actual main dial. Not to the hands though, but I will get onto that in the lume shot. However, it is ceramic, it's got a lovely matte finish on there, and it just looks absolutely spot on. The actual action of the bezel is, in all honesty, great. Lovely action, no playback whatsoever, very precise, and is actually very easy to move. And this was one point that I was worrying about, because on my Swordfish the actual feel of the bezel action is a bit, I don't know, it's just off compared to the stainless steel version, and I thought it would be the metal, but it's not the titanium, it must just be the way it is. But this actually has a better bezel action than the Swordfish titanium, which I was over the moon with. Moving on to the lovely bit of top hat sapphire crystal there. Yep, as you can see, lovely step up there, and the blue AR coating on top is spot on. It does actually handle the glare off the light very well, as you can see, so that's another plus point there as well. Moving on to the outer point of the watch, and obviously this is the main point. the case and obviously all the rest of the gubbins on the case as well. It's all titanium case, main body of the bezel, case back, and also the crown and the helium escape valve. And yet again, it's nice that they've put this on here, because if you don't already know, Pagani Design have made like an Omega Homage, obviously in stainless. However, they've omitted the actual helium escape valve. However, Heimdallr have basically put it in, which is a nice touch. They've even put the little red collar on there as well to kind of make you aware that that is open and not shut if you did go diving at any point. And like I say, the titanium fit of this watch, the finish of it is spot on. It's all brushed, it looks very, very good indeed. I've worn this for over a week now and it's been knocked and bashed, and it actually isn't showing the scratches. Actually, I can't find any scratches on this, so it has worn very, very well indeed. The actual action of the crown is also spot on, silky smooth, and it does jump out a nice distance away from the watch as well. As you can see, it is nice. The only thing is, and if I come in, the one big niggle I've got with this watch, if you watch this, I'll just pull the crown out there, you can see the actual full assembly inside the watch is moving within the case, which is a bit of a bugbear to me and will be something I'm going to have to look at and fix. You can have issues if you drop the watch, or it has a hard impact of basically damaging the movement, or even kind of snapping the stem off in the movement if you've got the actual whole assembly of the movement moving in the case. I'll just have to pack it, don't get me wrong, but it is something that might have missed quality control there on Heimdallr's part. However, like I say, it's not a big deal, and I have known this happen with NH movement holders being slightly smaller than the actual they are meant to be, so that might be happened. It might just be this watch, I don't know, but I can only say what's based on the watch I've got in hand. The case back itself is also good. I'll just take the strap off a bit so you can actually see it. Yet again, typical Heimdallr, we have the Heimdallr logo in the middle with the shark, which is a lovely logo, automatic movement. We have sapphire crystal, 100% titanium, and the 200 meters water resistance right there. So all in all, that is spot on. Moving on to the strap, and for the more observant of you and anybody that listened to the first part of this video, this is actually not the original strap. This is a strap from a company called George Straps. If you buy 9 of them, you get basically them for £9 a pop. Not advertising for them, I just really like the straps, and to be honest, at that price point you can't really argue. Lovely kind of Tudor weave on there. We've got this lovely ivory slash off cream centre line, which actually matches into the faux patina of this Sea Ghost very, very nicely indeed. But the reason why I went for this is not because the Heimdallr strap is bad quality, it's far from it. It's just I don't like these very hard nylon straps. I find them very harsh on the skin. Now, I actually do wear one of these straps, or a type similar to this strap, on a work watch, so the few times I've gone offshore or when I work on site, I will wear one of these straps over the top of my thermals, because it's not touching the skin and they're very hard wearing. You'll find on the softer NATOs, such as this one I've got on the Sea Ghost, the holes where you actually put the clasp into elongate over time, so it gets looser and looser on the wrist as you wear it, and over time they will wear out, whereas these take a lot longer to do that. They're just a lot harder wearing. So all in all, it's just personal preference, but Heimdallr have done a great job with this strap. It is a good quality strap, it's just not to my liking. We do have the Heimdallr logo there on the clasp. The clasp is stainless steel along with the hardware on the strap, which to be honest is fair dues. It's not going to add much weight to the overall watch. They are going to be making a version of this, I think, with a sharp mesh on. However, I'm pretty sure the sharp mesh is obviously going to be stainless steel, and I don't know how I feel about matching a titanium watch with a stainless steel strap. I just feel it takes away with the whole point of lightness and so on and so forth, and I don't particularly like the look of sharp mesh bracelets other than on a Seiko Monster for some reason. I just don't like them, but that's only my personal preference. So the overall look of the original strap is spot on, great, it does wear okay, I just don't like the feel of it, and that's my own personal preference. So with the strap looked at, I think it's a great point to look at the Lume. So comparing it to my Zelos Swordfish and also a Mass 62 Homage from Heimdallr, the Lume on the Sea Ghost is a bit poor. I think this is due to the faux patina on it, but if you want to use this watch during the night, I don't think it'll be one for you, but each to their own. Just for the purposes of this video, I have gone and put the watch back on its original strap, and do you know what, on my 6 3/4 inch wrists it does look very nice. The black and stainless kind of hardware look matches right into the actual watch itself, and like I say, it's just personal preference. I don't like this kind of very tough kind of hard nylon NATO style, it's just not for me. However, we do have another 3 holes to shrink the strap, so I dare say you'll be able to put it on a 6 1/4 inch wrist, and you should be able to pull off this size of watch with a 49.5 lug to lug in my mind. The only thing is, if you've got a bigger wrist than me, you might find it hard to actually loop the strap back over to tuck it into its final kind of retainer to give this lovely nice kind of fold over look, which I absolutely adore with these NATO style straps. So you might be just left with the end of the strap sticking out of the top, which I think might be a bit untidy, but yet again that might be my own personal preference. So all in all, it is a good strap. So my final thoughts on the Heimdallr Sea Ghost. Well, in all honesty, it is a great addition to my collection. I would dare say it's a great addition to anybody's collection. It scratches the itch for a Seamaster Homage. It's titanium, which I've been looking for another titanium watch after my swordfish that I've got. I have grown to like this material. However, there is a few issues, such as the movement not being fully fixated in the case, and when you want to adjust the time, it actually, as you can see there, having a slight bit of movement there. I've known watches that have this issue being more prone to damage, such as stems breaking and damaged movement, because the shock does get passed into the movement more readily via the crown, stem and stuff when you drop it, because obviously the crown at this moment in time is screwed in there, fixed. You do have a bit of movement on the clutch in there, but it is something to watch for. Now, I know Heimdallr, if you got in touch with them, would sort that out in the heartbeat. Heimdallr's customer service is spot on. However, because I work on watches, it is not a hard thing to fix, so I'm just going to do it myself. I have no issue with that. The other thing that I'm a bit kind of disappointed of is the lume. Majority of Heimdallr watches, such as this Mass 62 Homage here, have got absolutely superb lume. However, because they've gone for the faux patina look on the dial and the hands, it is a bit duller and it doesn't last anywhere as long. So that is just something to be aware of. But personally, I think the look does kind of justify not having that kind of lume performance overall, so it is something I can live with. But anyway, enough of me ranting and raving on about this lovely watch. Please put in the comments, would you buy this watch, or would you just pass by and buy something else? Maybe even that Pagani Homage of the Seamaster that's out at this moment in time, which I'm hoping to get my hands on soon and compare it with this watch, so please do keep watching. As always, if you have liked this video, please subscribe, press that bell button for future videos, and also like the video. As always, keep safe, and I will see you soon.